Okay, so last one I wanted to touch on is going to be behavioral support and behavior change. There's this really great book. If you're having a hard time with behavior change, check out the book Switch. It is all about the psychology of behavior change and the psychology of changing your environment. An important thing here is um, I don't believe that knowledge changes behavior. I think environment does. You just watched this video. Coach PJ told you that you should eat veggies, should eat meat, shouldn't eat sugar, shouldn't eat alcohol, should be drinking alcohol. At some point in time, you're going to have something with sugar in it again, or you're going to have alcohol again, that sort of thing. So you knew that it wasn't great for you, but you had it anyway. So why did that happen? Oftentimes it's going to be an environmental cue. So maybe you're at a wedding and there's alcohol, or you're at a happy hour and someone invites, offers to buy you a drink, and you don't want to be rude, you don't want to say no, or maybe you just wanted to have a drink. So the environment's a big thing. There's a lot of different external cues in the environment that can make you more likely to make decisions that are against what your knowledge would suggest is the right choice to make. Your environment happens to make a lot of things. Another example would be, hey, if you have ice cream in the freezer, and every time you go into the freezer, you see the ice cream, you're going to be a lot more likely to cave in and grab the spoon and start, maybe just have one scoop here and there, or maybe eat the whole pint. But if it's not in the freezer and you have to drive all the way to the store to get ice cream, you're probably not going to eat ice cream quite as often. So environment is a lot more important than knowledge. I think you guys probably all know what foods are probably going to be healthier for you. A lot of it's going to be environmental and just psychologically setting yourself up for success. Another important thing here is that willpower is exhaustible. I don't want that. So willpower is exhaustible resource. So if you are like quitting smoking, or you are just going back to school, or going through some relationship changes, or changes at work, and you're really stressed out about a lot of different stuff, you're moving your house or something like that, if you try to throw a big dietary change on top of that, you might be so exhausted at the end of the day that you're not able to make that nutrition choice. And it's not you being weak, it is that willpower is an exhaustible resource. So just take a look at your environment, think about what else is stressing you out, and what things can you get squared away so those aren't stressors, so those don't take away from your willpower, don't take away from your ability to make smart nutrition choices. Okay? Next is going to be getting your family, friends on board. So these are just going to be some different kind of tips and tricks, some different strategies. There's lots of different ones, but get your family, friends on board. Hey guys, I'm doing this paleo challenge. It's important to me for these reasons. I want you to support me. And just let them know it's important to you, and they should be on board with you on that. 2, get the junk out of the house. So go through your cupboards, go through your freezer, go through your fridge, and anything you don't shouldn't be eating, get it out of sight, go put it somewhere you can't see, give it away, donate it to charity, give it to a friend, do something to get it out of sight, out of mind. Schedule time for meal prep. So you have to kind of make rituals here. So I like to do meal prep on Sundays and Wednesdays. And if I forget to do meal prep on Wednesday and I don't have, my Tupperware in the fridge ready to go to work with the food I want, I'm not going to be as successful that week. I have a lot harder time. I get to the work and I'm like, well, I don't have anything to eat. So what should I do? If you are planning ahead, maybe you have some snacks ready. So for me in that situation, I would eat an RX bar, or eat something called a paleo kit, which is a little package with some beef jerky and nuts and fruit in it. So I've got some snacks ready. But if I don't have those, then what am I going to do? I have to go get fast food or something like that. I don't want to do that. So make time for your meal prep and make it part of your ritual so that you always have food ready. Do it on Sundays, do it on Wednesdays, or do it whichever days work well for you, but make it a priority to, take those grocery lists from your meal planning book, take those recipes and spend a couple hours in the kitchen. If you maximize your time, you can have a couple different stoves going. You can have your oven working, something in the crock pot. You can make, several days worth of food in just an hour or two. So snacks, I mentioned jerky, I mentioned paleo kits, mentioned RX bars, just canned fish is great. And then pre-cut veggies. A lot of people, including myself, if veggies aren't cooked, you just don't eat them, right? And so if I can have in my fridge some carrots that are peeled or baby carrots is ready to eat, celery that's washed and cut up into small bits, maybe sugar snap peas, things like that are easy to snack on. I'm a lot more likely to have some veggies in a pinch, and a lot more likely to eat veggies as a snack instead of going for chocolate or candy or something that I shouldn't be eating. Next would be having a backup plan. So, hey, you got stuck at work late. You didn't get to do your meal prep. What are you going to do for food? A few different ones I like. Stella's Kitchen. Sarah Bohm, she's actually a member of our gym, and she runs a paleo food service that delivers pre-cooked paleo meals every Monday to our gym. You can go on her website. She's really delicious food, really tasty. And so ordering a few of those to have on hand for the when you forget to meal prep is great. Or you might be so busy that you don't get to meal prep at all. Maybe you cook all your foods that way. I've done periods of time where I have all of my food prepared from external companies, and it sometimes gives me more productivity time for work. So that's not necessarily a bad thing as long as you're choosing good, healthy sources. Ice Age Meals, that's a website you can go to where you can get paleo meals that are frozen. I like to keep those in my freezer so that way if I didn't meal prep and I don't have something like Stella's on hand, I can just grab one out of the freezer and it's still going to be a healthy choice. It's still going to be veggies and meat and, like sweet potatoes, that sort of thing, and good, healthful food. So I have that in a pinch. Trifecta is another company, kind of like Stella's. They mail you the food instead of being local, and it comes just on kind of coolers. And it's good. It's just kind of your base, chicken, rice, that sort of stuff. You can get sweet potatoes instead of rice, of course, and veggies. What makes Trifecta a little bit different than Stella's and Ice Age meals is with that, instead of ordering a pre-done meal, you get like a pound of veggies, a pound of beef, a pound of sweet potato, and then you can portion out your meals yourself and kind of put them in a Tupperware. So it does create one extra step that you need to do, but it also allows you to, create your own macros. So there's some pros and cons there. And the last piece is just avoid environments where you are tested. So this comes back down to up here, what factors in environment are going to hold you back? What can you avoid? If you know that there's certain people that are more likely to, make you want to drink around them, or there's certain situations where if you go to a particular place, you want to drink or you want to eat, I can't go to this place without having a donut or something like that, or, avoid those places. If you're sitting at home watching TV and you're bored, you're a lot more likely to snack, then, hey, well, guess what? Watch less TV and you'll probably be less likely to snack out of boredom, maybe go for a walk instead. So really sit down and spend a few minutes here and take a look at your environment and think about what different things in your environment are triggering you to make bad choices or make you, more likely to make bad choices. And what can you do to either change that environment or restructure it or avoid it if you need to. And that should all help you with your behavior change. Of course, being in the Challenge Facebook group, we should be posting there pretty regularly and keeping each other accountable. So hopefully that'll keep you excited and keep you engaged. And I'll make another video with the kind of rules about posts in the group and your daily posts for points shortly here. Okay, so that's it for nutrition. We talked about food quality, we talked about quantities, we talked about supplementation, and then here we have behavioral support. All right, guys, so go do good things. Let's see how the next 21 days go.